Alright, welcome everyone. This is actually take two on budgeting. Still learning this technology. I'm going to start off, I'm not a financial advisor, but this is some budgeting tips and stuff that helped me along the way. So hopefully it can help you. Uh, why is it important? I mean, following a practical budget uh, better financial habits. Definitely reduces stress and it can help you achieve your financial goals, whether that's short or long term. It's good to have both, whether that is going on a vacation or buying a house. 7 keys to effective budgeting. All right, I got them all on there. Identify and develop personal goals. What do you want in the end? Evaluate and record your trends, income and expenses. At the end of all this, I'm going to show you what I use and how I do it. Assign priorities. I have mine set to where, like, on the 1st and the 15th, I have these ones get paid first, and then these ones get paid. Which again, develop a timeline. Mine's super simple and flexible. I use an Excel spreadsheet that tracks it all, and I constantly review it and revise it, add expenses if I don't have it on there, or take it away. Like if I had a loan and it's paid off, I'll delete it from my spreadsheet. Budgeting is effective money management. Get the most out of the money you have. I mean, you Google anything, they keep track of where the money goes, and you want it to go further. You want to make sure you develop, organize, create monthly budgets, evaluating financial health. I mean, if you're on top of your budgeting and your finances, I mean, you could live off of your disability or your retirement. So, if you want to retire early, be effective with your money. Goes without saying. How do you create a budget? Well, that's pretty easy. I'm not going to do a full death by PowerPoint and just read them all. But obviously, spend money cost effectively. That's a no-brainer. And adjust as needed. What's in a budget? Obviously, income and expenses. Income is whatever you get. Expenses is what you're going out. Input and output. Pretty simple, right? So set your financial goals. What do you want your budget to do for you? For me, it's just keep me in the green, or I guess financial terms, I think it's in the black. Um, I'll always want to have money. Estimate your income, record what you spend. This one can be difficult if you're kind of one of those people that when you have money in your pocket, it burns a hole in it. Uh, but keep track of everything you spend or what you can spend, and you'll be good. And then you want to budget for actual and unexpected expenses. Again, when I show you mine, I have my actual expenses. Um, my unexpected just goes into my savings. Everything I have left over at the end of the month goes into a savings account and it stays there. And then obviously review and evaluate. You want to have long-term and short-term goals. And you don't have to if you don't want. Like my time in the military, I didn't take too many vacations outside my time in Asia where I kept going on vacations left and right. When I got to McConnell in Kansas, I think I took 2 vacations in 3 years. Um, yeah, Make them achievable, practical, own up to them. I mean, we all learn the make smart goals, specific, measurable, attainable, practical. Like you can actually achieve them. If you write them down, it helps you remember them, and they makes a tangible object for your goals. Now, obviously, the best one I like: celebrate when you complete it. Heck, I got plenty of bottles of scotch that if I hit a couple goals, like for me, I'll give you this one. Everyone sees all this stuff in the news about Wall Street bets. Hey, I'm one of the ones that holding strong on that AMC stock. If it goes to what they want to get it to, which is, I think right now, like 5,000, I'd make about $2 million. So if it does hit that, and I mean, I only invested like $100, $200 into it when it was really cheap. So if it doesn't happen, or it only goes up a little, I make a little profit. I'm cool with that. But if it hits what they're trying to pump it up to, and I make that 2 million, I've got a nice Highland Park that I'm going to crack open that cost me about $200. Obviously, write down everything into your monthly budget. Just estimate your income. And when you're getting out, this can be kind of difficult because you don't know what you're going to get. If you're going through the IDES or you started your VA claims before you got out, which you can do, I think up to 180 days prior to your separation date, you can start claiming issues. So if you know you're going to be at, or your projected rating is 70% or 80%, you can kind of estimate what your VA disability pay is going to be. Obviously, when you do know, write it down. Record what you spend. I mean, this slides that I got talk about your checkbook ledger and balancing your checkbook. I don't see a lot of people with checkbooks anymore. I mean, I still have mine. I don't use it. I use Excel. USAA keeps track of all my bank statements and everything for me, but I do review them all. And I record what I spend for this month, next month. I adjust everything. I'll show you how I do mine. I put little X marks when it's paid. I green it up when it's gone through and settled in the bank account. I have it all worked out to where it even automatically adjusts the money in the account for me on my Excel. Yeah, so budget for actual and unexpected. Actual are obviously fixed expenses: rent, car payment, student loans. Hopefully you use your GI Bill and you don't get student loans. They'll still try to give them to you. Yeah, if you do get a student loan, you can kind of pocket some of the money because the GI Bill is going to go into the school, and the school is going to go, oh, you're $5,000 extra, here you go. But it's a loan, so you're still going to have to pay that back. And then your variable expenses, stuff like grocery bills, gas, all that. I mean, if you're old enough, I mean, I'm in my 30s, late 30s, mid 30s. I never know anymore. But I know that my grocery expense is going to be about $50 a week. So 200 a month. I had a fancy little actual expenses: rent or mortgage, car payments. We've already talked about this. Upkeep. make sure you have a nice savings for unexpected issues. My AC went out here in Vegas last year. I'm glad that I still had a nice savings account to be able to fix a Jaguar's AC in the middle of summer, because you don't want to be driving around Vegas with no AC. Clothing, this one can also be unexpected, or a want instead of need. Like, I don't need to go clothes shopping all the time, but if I choose to get another business job that requires me to get, like, wear suits each day, I might need to get some extra shirts. Utilities, food, insurance, medical, life, if you have all that, auto insurance, entertainment. Give yourself some money to in your expenses, in your budget, so that you're not locked up and cooped up all the time. Even if you're a recluse, like I hate, well, I don't want to say hate, but I don't like going out in public that often. Civilians aren't exactly my cup of tea. But have that expense prepared into the budget so that if you choose to, hey, you've already got it budgeted for it, and you got $75 to go get a couple drinks and a meal. Have fun. Some other things that are in a budget: entertainment, like we said, childcare if you have kids, savings, vacations, that goes down into the goals. Um, Medical bills, hey, remember, you're a veteran. Use the VA. If it's if you're 100%, everything's covered, even like dental. So if you get to 100, you're in the clear, and you should never have medical bills. If you do get medical bills, again, make sure you get your VA disability claims in. Hopefully you get enough to where the VA is taking care of it with no money coming out of your pocket. Taxes, this is going to go into when we talk about state and federal benefits. And I'd recommend finding places that don't have state income tax, and that's one less chunk of change that's not coming out of your pocket. And usually the states that don't have the income tax are usually the ones that are better for veterans. Budget for actual and unexpected. I know when I was in the military, they'd talk about make sure you have enough to cover some emergency funds. Um, this is not bad, having 5 to 1,000. I keep about 2,500 in mine. That's enough for if I need to get up and move. That covers renting a truck for a week and moving the hell out of here. Yeah, increases 3 to 6 months worth of income. That if you can get to that, you'll be golden. Use it for emergencies only. Again, to me, this is self-explanatory. If you're gonna call it an emergency fund, only use it for emergencies. Going out with a new girl, that's not exactly an emergency. Going on vacation isn't an emergency. Yeah, this kind of, I don't know if you'll see it, but it says, remember Murphy's Law. He'll always strike. Whatever you do, expect a wrench. Practical budgeting tips. Plan your income. To me, it's funny because they uppercase the must equal. Your income should equal expenses or be over your expenses. If you're over your expenses, you're in the clear. You're going to have leftover money at the end of the month. Put it in savings, put it in your emergency account. If it's under, you're going to need to revise your budgeting plan. Flexible, practical, write down your budget. I'll show you what I use again. Alright, so here's my example of what I use, just simple in Excel. I put the 1st and the 15th, I go all the way out, I go to the end of the year. This blue is just because my GI Bill housing payments are going to go down a little bit because I'm not going to be considered full-time throughout the summer classes, which I'll still be living comfortably during that. I have my expenses written down, how much it is each month. Once I pay it, exit off, green it up, so I know it's been paid. My total expenses are pretty much equaled up, so if you want to do a Excel, like the bottom of the Excel, you just equal sum parentheses and then highlight all the cells that you want equaled up. And then my income, my VA disability plus my GI Bill payments, there's my total, the sum of both of them. I'm left over with $1,200, almost $1,300 a month right now. That's not bad. I put that all in the savings, and that's what's going to carry me through the summer until September when I'm back full time for UNLV. And you can adjust this however you want. This is just showing you what I use. And obviously, when I had a couple of the jobs I've had 3 of them in the last year. COVID messed one of them up, and one of them I just wasn't a fit. And then one, yeah, they just got under my skin. But so you just add that to the income, and that, for me, any job right now, if I get hired, is just pure profit. Whatever I work, full-time, part-time, that's all money in my pocket that goes into my savings and creates that bigger emergency egg for if anything happens. Or it'll, right now for me, my personal goal is I'll probably be moving back to Wichita, Kansas. Or if I'm feeling froggy, I might go back to Massachusetts, good old Boston. I love it back there. But who knows? We'll see where the world takes me. I'm also trying to budget out so I can start my own business, beard products. Since I'm not in the military, I just decided to kind of let it grow out. I kind of go redneck and I don't get any facial hair on my cheek. So I just keep it shaved and I keep the goatee going. So if you have any questions or you want some help, send me a message, let me know. I can go more in depth to help you create products. Just let me know, I'm here.